Alright guys, I'd like to welcome you all to another Wise Choice Systems build. This time it is in fact in the Antec DF-35 darkflight case. It is another AMD build, and let's get into it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so first things first, you'll set 140mm at the top. At the front here you have your reset, you have your power, you have your 2.5 inch hot swap bay, and internally you actually have a 3.5 when you open up the panel. I haven't hooked it up as of yet, but I'll show you where it goes. You then have your HDD LED here, power lights there, USB, headphone, mic jacks are there. Now you'll notice that with these panels they have like a little bit of a door on them, so you push in there, it opens up, and then there's your CD-ROM that comes out and does its thing. So yeah, so it's not too bad, it's actually quite easy to do. Now heading down here, you'll notice similar to the 1200 and a few Antec cases, it's obviously got the 120mm fans at the front which are with LEDs in them. At the moment it's on high. We're just going to turn these down and we're just going to get in this here. So you just sort of push on the side here and then it just sort of pulls open like that. It is. So just like that. And then that opens up straight into your case. As you can see, you got your SSD down there. That is in fact the Intel 520 series SSD. And you got the Seagate Barracuda 7200 RPM 1TB drive on there. Now back over to these fans. They do in fact have a filter. Just pull the flap up and then they just slide out. It's actually quite easy, probably a little bit easier when you're not doing it one-handed. Unfortunately the camera that I got broken, so I am back to using my iPod. Now I'll give you a listen to how the actual sound goes. I mean how loud the fans are. So obviously they're on quiet now, they're on low. And that's them on high. I'll just turn it back to low for now because they don't need to be on high right now. Okay, so now I'll take you, so I have to move the keyboard because there's a few other things that I'm going to show you in this system that we have in here. So what I'll do is I'll show you the back of the case now. Now obviously we're running a gigabyte Mobo, 120mm fan at the back. There's the back of the graphics card. Now this I want to point out because this is something that I'm going to be showing you guys. This is in fact the TP-Link wireless router. Now it is in fact, the model of it is, I'll show you the box here. There's the box, look at that. It is the, does it even say the model? So yeah, so it's actually a, this is a really good wireless router. It is the TL-WDN4800 and it says that right there. And we're going to do a small review inside this review on that. You'll notice it does have the 3 aerials at the back. I just face them like that because I thought it looked cool. Obviously you can do them however you want to. Now we'll show you the side of this. As you can see right in there. Right in there. If you really want to, it's quite easy. Now we'll open this up and we'll have a look inside. Now this here is the wireless PCI-E card, and so it just fits into a little PCI slot, and it's pretty easy. Now this system is in fact running the AMD Phenom 2x4 3.2 GHz processor, Black Edition. It's a very nice processor. Now you guys would notice that normally I run a Noctua CPU cooler. I decided to give this Thermaltake one a bit of a go. I was a bit sort of spun out by the dial here at first. Look, there you go, that's on slow. You can actually see it slow down, and then we'll speed it up. It shows it on the camera. Look at that. So you can actually see the speed difference there, and it actually moves a butt ton of air. I was really surprised by this. Now as we go down here, I'll show you the G card. There you go. Now this is in fact the it's a HIS, and it is Sorry, my apologies guys, I had to cough. It's a 6870 Radeon series card, so it's quite a nice card, and we will be showing sort of the FPS and all that on that a little bit more. Now I'm going to go through this case a little bit more with its. Now, as you guys were aware, with the 1200 I was really annoyed by the cable management. I'm actually quite happy with the cable management on this due to the fact that, one, the price, and two, it's a small mid-tower case, so it's understandable. So obviously I was able to sneak those the front panel connectors and everything like that, and your power and all that, HDD lights and all that. I was able to sneak them through because just behind there is actually a cable tie slot, so I kind of snuck them through there. But you got all your USB ports and everything like that there. Now, so you got the hole down here, which, you know, I expected it to be like this. You know, I expected that it's got the one big hole down the bottom, and then it's got another hole up the top there. But there is ample room. Let's see if I can get you in there. Beside the HDD bay, so you got all this room just in here. So you are able to get cables down there and stuff like that. So it's not too bad to manage, all in all. Now, again, this kind of cracked me up, and I might actually be able to show you now how this works. Now, we're running the Silverstone, the Strider Gold Evolution power supply. It is 1000 watt, and I think it peaks at 1100 or something like that. Oh, sorry, it peaks at 1200, and it's 1000 watt. But yeah, so the cables are reverse sort of thing. At least that's the easiest way that I can explain it. As you can see here, normally the cable would look like that, but as you can see, the slot's at the top, so it kind of goes like that. So the top one is actually now at the bottom. Oops, hang on, we'll move this one out of our face. So yes, as you can see, that there is the top, and then that one there's the second. So instead of it running, say you plug your top one up, say here, and then you run them down like that, this actually reverses. So it goes up like that, and then not too bad if you're running a mid-tower case or something, or a large case, because you can go from the bottom up and then go to your cable management and then come back through, providing obviously your cable's long enough. So that really spun me out about this cable, and in fact I think you can see it up here, where instead of, get these cables out of the way, I haven't tied this one down yet because I was debating if I wanted to extend it, but you'll notice that here is the eSATA cable that comes out here, and then the power goes up. All the wires for the power goes up. It doesn't actually come down. So it was just, to me, it seemed quite a bit odd. But look, all in all, it was actually quite pleasurable to build in, obviously because there is no hole and there is no room up there where your ATX power. I did run that through there. Your front audio panel, I was able to sneak up because it's such a thin cable. I was able to sneak up through there and then run down, and then all your fan, there's like a small hole up the top corner there, where you can just see those fan wires running across. Oh, and one more thing at the back, sorry guys, you'll notice here is a panel. So you have your rear on low, so these are all on low now, so every fan is on low. And it is dead quiet. Look, we'll even turn this one on low. Sorry guys, I just sort of took you on an adventure with it. So this is everything on low. You can't hear a thing, really. So now we'll turn everything onto high, including the front ones. And this one here. If I can. Oh, look at that, there you go. Look at that. It's actually quite easy. Now this is the sound on high. There is a lot of airflow that actually comes through this case. So yeah, it is actually quite an impressive little case, I have to say. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to move over to the monitor, and I'm going to hope that this comes out clear enough, because I've never recorded a monitor on my iPod before. But okay, here we go. Alright, as you guys can see, we are actually in fact in World of Warcraft. This is running Ultra, and it is running that wireless card. Now, as I'm going to see if we can get a view on this here. In World of Warcraft on Ultra, this system is running 70, between 70 and 80 FPS. It's running 197 and 217 ms. Now that is in fact in Stormwind, and we'll do a bit of a fly around and we'll see if we can see what changes we get. So I'm doing this one actually, I can do this with the mouse. So yeah, so we'll try and get it to trip out a little bit. And I didn't really want to move the mouse because I didn't want to do that, I just realised, but there we go. So now we're in a, and then when we're moving around, it actually goes up to 95 FPS in Stormwind, and there you go. So I mean, it does jump around a little bit, but generally for the type of system it is, with the processor and all that, I mean look at that, peaks at 103, so depending on where you are, what people are doing and stuff like that. But the biggest thing that I wanted to point out is that this is running a wireless adapter. I am downstairs and 2 rooms away from my router, and it's getting that latency. So so if this thing was, say the next room or close to the router, it would be quite phenomenal speeds. And it is, as you can see, everything's quite smooth. We'll zoom out a bit. Everything's quite smooth. Just for the record, this isn't my actual main tune. Yes, I do play World of Warcraft, not as much anymore. I have a Hunter and a Holy Pally and just about every other tune, but yeah, this is my level 80 DK that I never play because I don't like DKs. But yeah. So yeah, so all in all, it's quite a decent system, and that card is definitely something that I'd recommend if you're looking at running wireless. So I'm just going to go back to the desktop now, and we're going to have a look at the wireless LAN that is connected. It's got, it's got full reception, and I'm, as I said, downstairs and a couple of rooms away. If we open up and we click on that, I'm just going to close that because I want to see that. Alright, so now, as you can see here, it says that we're running at 300 meg per second and everything like that. So while you guys are here, I'm going to close this down. I'm actually going to do a speed test, and we'll see how this thing goes. Sorry, I don't actually have it up. So we're just to show that you guys, that this is raw and that I'm not I'm not setting it up in any way. I am with the service provider Internode, and I absolutely love my service provider. I have quite phenomenal net, and generally my speeds are quite strong. So okay, here we go. Just remember the distance that I am from the router. I might later on, I might do another review where I'm closer. Yeah, the upload speed I'm not really too fussed about. So it's running at, according to speed test, it's running at 2.85 megabytes per second, and upload speed is 0.66. So, and we'll see if we go. We'll try a new server just to see if we get any differences with the Optus server. Just because that one was Internode, and as you're aware is an Adelaide based thing. So if we run with Optus, it's a lot more random. So as you can see, Internode's actually quite more stable. There we go. So 2.79, as you guys can see there. So it is a really good wireless card. Runs nice and quick. It is, and all in all, this whole build is quite a nice build. And it's got 16 gig of RAM. My apologies, that is what else I was forgetting. So the exact thing that's in this system is obviously it's running the Thermaltake CPU cooler. It's the darkflight DF-35 case, Seagate Barracuda 7200 RPM, 1 terabyte SATA
as a slave. It's running the 60 gig Intel. Sorry, my apologies. Have to cough. The Intel. So the Intel 520 series SSD, which you can see in here. Now the speeds of this, I think I'm getting 520, 540. So it's quite a good little SSD. And then of course we're running the AMD Phenom 2x4, 16 gig of RAM. So all in all, it's quite a nice system. I will have the specs in the comment below. I do build custom systems, so these are all for customers. So if you guys ever have any questions or anything, please feel free to ask. Or if you guys are interested in a build, please feel free to contact me. Anyway, this has been another Wise Choice Systems build. Hope you enjoyed it.